All right, I'm looking a little rough, but we're getting ready to go ahead and start working on the SRT8. I'm not really gonna do anything crazy. I'm just gonna end up changing out the oil. I don't know if I showed you guys this already. I think I did a small video of it, but the rim's not fitting. I guess like the space. Let me show you. So I might have put this in my last video where I was basically explaining like this part is basically hitting the back of that rod, and then this is so dangerous here. But however, if I decide to go with the same type of rims for the front, then I know that this would not fit. I'd have to get a spacer. Wouldn't be much, but I really didn't want to have to do something like that. But, it is what it is. But I'm going to go ahead and start jacking the car up. I have not fitted these completely yet. I have not drilled in the holes. Can't say not fitted, but it is fitted. I just don't have the holes drilled in yet. I'm actually waiting for the rest of the kit to come, which I need to call the company who I bought the rears from tomorrow to see what's going on. If not, they're going to give me my money back because this kit was not cheap. So, excuse me. But I'm going to go ahead and get to working on that. And I'm going to show you guys a problem that I actually found after the engine was basically built and I got the car back. I haven't been driving it since the car meet that I went to because I heard a little bit of a ticking noise, but I believe the SRT8 does not have HEMI tick. However, it does look like it may have an exhaust leak down in the manifold, and I will actually show you guys that. All right, poppity pop, my boy. All right, so we're gonna loosen up the hood. And by the way, that middle piece right here actually flew out. All this right here, when I was driving, it flew out. So I'll order another one later. But so way down here, you guys cannot really see it, but when the car starts to run, it takes a minute for it to happen or to do it. But when the car runs and it gets warm enough, you'll start seeing smoke come out from the exhaust down here. So that is basically, it's either loose or I just need to completely replace it altogether. It's not leaking here or anything like that. There's no smoke coming from here. It's literally all the way down there, right where my cat is. And it looks like there is, let me see if I can shine the light down in there. There we go. Bam, now you see it. So if you look closely, that looks like that actually came loose. And that's basically where the smoke is coming from. So I'm going to see if I can tighten that back before I jump into this oil change. You know what? No, I think I'll do the oil change first. But this is why I believe I've said it before in some of my videos. And I know in my past videos when I had my old YouTube channel, you always got to do your research first before taking your car anywhere, because it could possibly be something that you can seriously fix yourself without having to spend so much money. But if I'm able to tighten this back, because if you look at that, it doesn't look like it's closed all the way. So I feel like there's a lot of stuff that was going on with this car that they just forgot to screw stuff down all the way and bolt stuff down. And I'll have to make another appointment just to make sure that everything on the engine is perfectly fine. It is free just for them to do, a checkup or whatever. And it's under warranty for 6 months. So they can't deny me that. But anyway, but yeah, so that's another problem that I've found, is that this is actually leaking. Second was actually the oil. Now, so when I got the car back, I didn't read all the instructions 100%. So I know when I checked the SRT8 engine when I got it, I looked at make sure there was engine fluid in there, whatever, or engine oil. And when I did that, it was clear, which was really weird. And I didn't really know what to think of it. So I'm just like, well, maybe they did put something in there or whatever. I don't know. But I would say probably like a few days after that, I started seeing like the oil and stuff like that, saying that it was full. But in the instructions, it says I'm supposed to change it after 500 to 1,000 miles. They put a braking lubricant in the engine, which is very interesting to me. But I don't know. I'm not really a what is that? An expert when it comes to engines. I'm actually learning the SRT8 engine, how to take it apart and do all kinds of stuff. So if you're basically like me and you are trying to understand just how to take stuff apart, how to fix stuff without having to take it to the shop, this is how I save a ton of money. And it's basically going into YouTube, looking up if there's a video on it. I'm pretty sure there's a video on pretty much any car that is performance or that has been popular at one point. It's on there somewhere. You just got to find it. You got to take the time to find it. But that's basically how I learn all my stuff, how I take things apart, how I do my wide body kits, how I cut the fenders, how I do small things that'll basically save me a ton of money in the long run. So I highly encourage everybody to do that. But I think that's enough talking. I'm actually gonna show you guys the block, so that way you guys can actually see that it is a clean block, that it is not no BS, and it was actually a rebuilt engine. So a couple things here that I kind of got irritated with was, I get it, they used some parts that were not, damaged. They recommend, hey, if there's nothing wrong with it, keep it. Like, this is one of the wiring harnesses. There's nothing wrong with it, but I think it would have been somewhat nice, more nice, if they would have just rewrapped this, the electrical tape piece or whatever it is. I mean, I can do it myself, but that was really it. But if you look down at the block, very clean, very, very clean. No issues there. I know this is still the original because there was no issues with that. But the components that were actually broken in the engine is what they pretty much replaced. They were actually supposed to do a performance cam, and funny story with that, which I will probably explain in another video, but pretty much everything is pretty immaculate. Look at that. Clean, 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 clean. So clean, you could probably eat off of it. I wouldn't recommend that though. But other than that, later on I will probably change out these manifolds or whatever. But for the most part, the thing is freaking clean. I mean, I'm not disappointed at all. Check this out. So I may not have an exhaust leak at all. That's interesting, because the SRT8 is pretty much lowered. It's not slammed, but this is funny because I didn't realize I was sitting on top of this. It actually has a bunch of burn marks on it. So this might have been where that smell was coming from, and the smoke. It's caught this place on fire. Look at that. It's hard. That might have been where my problem was, where the smoke was coming from. Burning this up. Sizzling. Ugh. But we're still gonna run the car just to make sure after I bolt and screw some stuff down or whatever. But yeah, that might have been problem one, because this thing is burnt to hell. My exhaust was running hot, boy. Woo. All right, let me show y'all something. What in the hell? That's concerning. It's like somebody might have jacked something up here, or it's over here too. Like it's like caved in. So is that. But the oil filter is right there. I'm just trying to find that plug. And this will be my first time ever changing my oil. I think it's right there. That's the oil plug right there. This thing would be straight. Something looks like it might be leaking down here. I'm not entirely sure. I see a little bit of, I think that's the oil pan anyway. See a little residue there. But see them coilovers up there, newly installed, and then my rods right there. This car does have, it's not bad like it was, but there was definitely a lot of rust down here, and I actually got a good bit of it off. I think eventually I may end up replacing some of these components, like one bit at a time. I don't know, but you see that black stuff on the exhaust down there? I guarantee that's where that burn smell is coming from, and where that smoke is. That blanket was laying up against it, so I may go down just a little bit further just to kind of see what that is, because it's all the way down at the bottom back there as well. I'm just hoping that I don't have any kind of leaks or anything. It doesn't look like it. See, I got a carpet here. It don't look like I'm leaking anything, but it's on the back side of that one down there too. So I just kind of want to see what's going on with that. But I believe I found the smoking problem, which was that whatever that black thing is over there. It's like a little blanket. So I just forgot that I left it on the garage floor. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep getting to what I was doing. Yeah, I found another problem. Tell me what you see. Because clearly it looks like this piece here. Sorry, see my finger. This piece that's right here is supposed to be plugged into this piece, and it's not plugged in at all. So A, it either came loose and something happened, or B, it ain't supposed to be there. But from the looks of it, it looks like this is supposed to be here. So that means this shop, man, yeah, I'm gonna have to give them a really bad review. Like, stuff not plugged in, man. And it's been like that since I got the car back, and I'm finding new stuff. So I'm not sure. Yep, that's supposed to go right in there. And that could probably be causing me some problems. What the hell did they do? All right, let's go ahead and fix this real quick. All right, so I went ahead and connected that part right back in there. For some reason, it came out. I'm not sure why, but that would probably be explaining a while back, I actually had like a spot on the ground at the gas station. I couldn't tell what it was from. And I'm pretty sure when that came out, it definitely leaked that crap that I saw. But that's really weird. But it's in the car now, so we'll see if that's going to do anything or whatever. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I figured out where that smoke was coming from. But again, now that that's back in there, I think we should be straight. I'm about to basically pull this out, which is the oil filter. And I've got me a new one that I'm going to replace this one with. And then we've got the oil piece here. We're going to let that drip. And then we will load it up with Mobile One and get this new engine oil in here. Now, if you're like me, every like 6 months, I always do like I'll take it to the shop and I'll have them do a engine cleaner that gets all the carbon buildup and all that stuff out of there. And they typically run it for like 10 minutes, basically clean out all the deposits. I highly recommend anybody doing that, especially with a performance vehicle, or, you know, if you just want to take care of your car. Check this out. Maybe it's me, but y'all can determine whether or not this is accurate. But this oil filter doesn't even look like a new filter for the engine. Like, it's got crud all over that right there. This could be what the fuck, yo? This does not look like a freaking new oil filter whatsoever. Look inside there. Like, what the It's got like a little metallic color. There's no metal shavings in there or anything like that, but
This clearly does not look like a new oil filter at all. Man, you see, this is why I've always taken my cars to one specific shop for years, and then one time that I don't. This is the reason why. You can't trust nobody, man. You have to drop in almost 11 bones, 11,000 on this engine. And this should look like a used oil filter. They crazy, bro. They tripping for real. Wow. Shit, I done dropped it. Look at my hand. Look like melted chocolate. They crazy, man.
You got your filter, that's your oil. Before putting the filter on, make sure you put a little bit of oil from whatever oil that you're using inside, and then basically lube it all the way around, and then bam, boom, you're pretty much done at that point. So it's pretty simple. And it wasn't really hard to grab this to actually get the old one out to put the new one in. So, and that oil was really nasty. That came out of the freaking SRT. So I highly doubt that it was new oil. There's just no way in a month. And let me show you what it looked like. Oh shit, that ain't good, boy. So I'm gonna have to dispose of this properly. I didn't have anything to catch it real quick, so you see I made a mess. I'm gonna have to get that up, but it's really dirty. Like I said, I really doubt that they put new oil in this car. So I highly recommend don't do it this way. I use 2 55-gallon trash bags, and I will have to tie these up and then cut a small hole in those. I have 2 jugs that I can actually pour this in, and then I'll dispose of it properly. There was just something quick in the garage I could grab to do this. So, but yeah, I already made a mess right here. That's what I did not want to happen, and there too as well. So it came out too quick, and I didn't have anything to grab it real quick. But I'm going to finish this up, and then we'll get back to the video. All right, so how I explained that I actually put these in 2, I think it's 13-gallon trash bags instead of 55, but I did 2 13-gallon trash bags is what I had laying around to kind of just quick think to try to get this up. I definitely got to get this up before this stains, but I've got a canister here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke a hole in the side of this bag and then basically let it drain into this, and then you can take it to like a local Walmart or anywhere where they dispose of old oil or whatever, so that way you're in compliant or whatever. But I don't recommend doing it this way. It was just what I had laying around because I couldn't grab a bucket quick enough. But don't do it this way. But that's what I'm going to do with this. Basically drain this out into here, and then I think I have 2 of these. All that might fit in there, but that's basically what I'm about to do now. Everything has been done. The new oil is actually in the SRT8, and there's no drips whatsoever. So that's going to be it for today's video. Now I'm going to let it test run. I'm going to see if I have any smoke coming from over there since I moved that black rag that was up against the exhaust. And that's pretty much going to be it. Yep, no leaks, no nothing. So I know I did it properly. Really easy, guys. Really simple. But that's going to be it for today's video. See you in the next one. See you want to see you. Peace.